Good afternoon, everyone. This is Steve Lookner with Right Side Broadcasting. We are coming to you with some breaking news. About an hour ago, a 7.1 earthquake hit Mexico, and it occurred about 70 miles away from Mexico City. I'm going to show you a map in a moment, but we're hearing some reports of damage, possibly buildings collapsing, seeing some different videos. We want to come on the air, give you an update, share with you what we've heard and what we're hearing, and show you what we can show you. So let's just get into it, and let's go to, I want to get the map up here of the earthquake. So you can see here, this is the USGS site. And let's go to interactive map first and see what that's going to show us. So here is, well, let's get a little closer. It seems like there should be an intermediate zoom. There we go. Ah, there we have it. So we have the earthquake taking place there where the star is, about 70 miles to southeast of Mexico City. You can see Mexico City on your map, so that is where the earthquake occurred. I believe the different colors are the amounts of shaking. They represent amounts of shaking. So Mexico City, it was not as bad for Mexico City as if it had been closer to Mexico City, obviously, but still 70 miles, pretty close, and definitely closer than that last earthquake. The last earthquake, the one about 10 days ago, hit much more toward the south of Mexico and further east. So I wonder, even though that one was an 8.1 or 8.2, this might have been strong. The impact on Mexico City might have been stronger because this one was so much closer to Mexico City. So let's also look at, I want to look at the shake map and the did you feel it map, and I still don't know the exact difference between these two. So the did you feel it map is a map where people can report what they felt and how strong they felt the shaking. I wonder if you can zoom in on this map. Well, so you can see there, the yellow and orange are stronger than the blue, and there are definitely some yellow and oranges around Mexico City. And you can see where the star is where the earthquake happened. Now, it's possible people there don't go online and report these things. Maybe there aren't as many internet connections. Maybe internet connections went down there, so we don't have a lot of reports from right near there. I want to see also what the scale is here. The scale is, so yellow and orange are 5, 6, and 7 in terms of that 1 to 10 scale. So that's pretty significant shaking. And we can see from the reports in that a lot of people around the capital reported significant shaking, and that's still 70 miles away from the epicenter. So have to imagine, unfortunately, there might have been a lot of damage around right where the earthquake hit. I'm guessing it's a less populated area. It might take us a lot longer to find out what happened there, as in the last earthquake. But we're going to go check out some photos and maybe some video clips and see what we have. If you hear anything more about this earthquake, if you have any news updates or hear any information or find any video or tweets or anything you want to share with the audience, write to me at Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner. Again, we are covering this 7.1 earthquake, which hit Mexico about 70 miles southeast of Mexico City about an hour ago, and we're hearing some reports of damage and seeing new video come in. So we're just going to stay on the air and give you some updates about it. So now what I'd like to do is show you some things that I've seen. What is this here? So this is some footage from BNL News. BNL News, Breaking and Live. And I'll show you what they posted. And hold on one second. So you can see BNL News, and it says, let's see if I can get this out here. It says, images of the earthquake in Mexico City, Mexico. And this is, I guess, from Claudia Nardi, courtesy of BNL News. And I'll play you the video here, which you can see in a second. Maybe I'll get the graphics off. Wow. Now, I'm not sure if this video, again, this video is from BNL News, Breaking In Live. Claudia Nardi posted it. And I guess this is supposedly in Mexico City. Now, let me say this also. With the last earthquake, we did see that a number of initial videos that came in turned out to be videos not of the earthquake. So I'm going to assume that this is actually of the earthquake and is of Mexico City. Take everything with a grain of salt you see in terms of video and reports, because with breaking news, this stuff can always turn out to be false. And sometimes people think a video is, sometimes people just intentionally post a false video, and sometimes people think, hey, I found a real video and it's false. So take it all with a grain of salt. But supposedly this is from Mexico City today. And you can see this building shaking back and forth and some of the sides falling off. Let's watch that again. So we are, again, covering this 7.1 earthquake. It hit Mexico, about 70 miles southeast of Mexico City, so pretty close to Mexico City. We're going to show you some different footage here, some photos, whatever we can get, and try to get you more updates about what the situation is there in Mexico and in Mexico City. So, if you have any updates that you find you want to share with the audience, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. This is Right Side Broadcasting. So let me go back and show you some more stuff, see what else I can find you here. Is this, okay, let's look. I haven't seen this video yet, but it says, this is a tweet from, it's a tweet from Steph Haberman. It says this is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. And she retweeted somebody named Andy Palma. And I guess this is of the earthquake. I haven't seen this video yet, so let's watch this video. It says, translation is buildings collapsing. Now, supposedly this is from today. I can't confirm it, but supposedly it's from today. Let's watch this video again. It's posted by Andy Palma. Now that's really bad, and I'll just say again, I can't confirm that this was from today. Supposedly it was, I can't, but let's watch that again. It's certainly possible that's demolition footage that somebody's showing as collapsing building footage. I don't know, just showing you that video that I saw. So again, take it all with a grain of salt because it is breaking news. Here is a photo from AFP, who is quite trustworthy. Here's a photo from AFP. They say police officers cordon off the area around a collapsed building in Mexico City. Wow. So I kind of trust AFP. They're pretty trustworthy, and that's really frightening if that's, I mean, that looks like an office building because you can see the 286 on the front, which to me suggests it's some sort of not totally old, somewhat newish office building, because that's certain, and unless it was an older building and they redid the front, but that front with the 286 on it looks like something you'd see on a more newer office building. So now it could be residential too. My point is just, it seems like a large, somewhat modern building. So if this kind of stuff is happening, that's really worrying because obviously there'd be people trapped inside and it was the middle of the day there. So that's a little worrying. Let's see what else they posted. This is another picture which is supposedly from today, from AFP. You are watching Right Side Broadcasting's live coverage of the 7.1 earthquake that has hit Mexico today. We're just trying to get you updates about what's going on. Be sure, if you do like to see live breaking news videos, we never know when we're going to come on the air with breaking news, so be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell. That way you'll get notified when we come on the air with a breaking news video, hopefully if the notifications work. And also you can follow us at RSB Network on Twitter, at RSB Network. Thank you to the moderators for being in the chat today and overseeing the chat. Very much appreciated. So let's just keep trying to get updates. All we're doing is trying to get you updates on what's going on there in Mexico and Mexico City. So I'm just searching through. But if you have things you hear, let me know at Lookner on Twitter. So BNL News, Breaking N Live posted this, and they say this is another horrible footage of buildings going back and forth in the capital of Mexico. This was posted by Joel Sampaio Climaco. So let's check out this video. I'll get rid of the graphics. See what this video is. I kind of want to go back. The real shaking you saw was at the beginning there. Look at that building shaking back and forth. Supposedly this is from Mexico today. I'm not sure where. Here's another map of the quake from Fox News Research. They posted this. 2 major quakes in 11 days. Epicenter is about 400 miles apart. September 8th, 8.1 magnitude quake was the biggest to hit Mexico in 100 years. So, and this actually is helpful. This is a map of the 2 quakes here. So you can see the one today is in red, much closer to Mexico City. That one in blue was the 8.1 from 10 days ago, 11 days ago. So even though this was, as I said before, even though this quake today was not as strong as the one September 8th, it very well could have had more harmful effects on Mexico City because it's so much closer to Mexico City, as you can see from the map. I'm going to retweet that. Okay, this is being posted by Breaking 911. They say that this is a factory explosion caught on camera in Mexico City. I can't confirm it, but I'll show it to you. By the way, thank you, Ron Miller, for the donation. Ron Miller says, in honor of our great RSBN moderator who leads the mod squad, we love you, Jude. Yeah, thank you to all the moderators, including Jude, for moderating the chat room. And thank you, Ron, for the donation. We just use the donations to stay on the air. We're a viewer-supported network, so thank you, Ron, so much. Okay, let's look at this post. This is from Breaking 911, as you can see there, at Breaking 911, and they say this is posted by Alberto Rodriguez. Supposedly this is from today. Let's see what the video is. We'll watch that again. So that, again, is supposedly from the earthquake. Can't confirm it, but it's earthquake related today. I will keep checking here. I want to check one other thing too. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm just checking some different things here to try to get you some more information about what's going on there in Mexico. Is this what I wanted? Okay, good, good, good. I think I got something here. Okay, let me give you some updates from the Reddit live stream. Work is suspended at all levels of education in Puebla and Mexico City. This is a tweet. This is not good. Okay, so first of all, CNBC News alerts. Let me actually go to them. They're saying CNBC News alerts. It'd be nice to show. Well, let me just show it this to you this way. At least 5 dead in Central Mexican state of Puebla after earthquake. Local media say 7.1 quake centered about 123 kilometers south of Mexico City, about 70 miles. So again, CBC News alerts is saying at least 5 dead in the Central Mexican state of Puebla. Now, what I don't know is, kind of want to look up Puebla because I don't know if that's the state that Mexico City is in. It's southeast of Mexico City. It's a city. Well, here we go. What state is Mexico City in? It is located in, bordered by, maybe it's its own state. It's a level of autonomy comparable to a state. That's what Wikipedia says. Well, I won't get hung up on that right now. I want to get you guys more information. Anyways, let me get you more information here. This is a post from CBC News Alerts. It says, people trapped in Mexico City buildings. People trapped in Mexico City buildings after quake. Civil protection officer. Fires also reported. So reportedly, we have people trapped in buildings, and we just saw this picture before, this collapsed building. If that's from AFP, had that picture. If that's a real building, I'm very worried about people being trapped in that building, because that looks like some kind of big office or residential building, and it went down in the middle of the day. If that went down today. Here's a little bit of good news from Mexico City. Let me see if I can get this up on the screen for you. I just saw a post here. Sorry guys, I'm gonna get this post up for you. It's a little funky getting it on the air. I have to screen grab it. So this post, I believe, just came out from CBC News Alerts. It says 1 minute ago, and it says, Mexico City mayor says at least 20 buildings damaged in earthquake, some seriously, says no reports of deaths, some injuries, most minor. So if it's, well, a couple things here. First of all, this is just Mexico City. So Mexico City was 70 miles away from the epicenter of the earthquake. So presumably there's more damage happening that we haven't heard about closer to the epicenter. Also, it says at least 20 buildings damaged, some seriously. Could that involve building collapses? Could there be several buildings that are just completely collapsed? I don't know. According to this tweet, there could be. It's consistent with this tweet. So we'll keep watching and seeing what we can find out. On the one hand, that's worrying news, but on the one hand, if it's only 20 buildings damaged, that would be good news. Also, no reports of deaths is good news, but it just might be because there might be people trapped and they haven't found them yet. So we're just gonna keep following this, seeing what we can find out. Associated Press is saying Mexican TV stations show dramatic images of several-story building collapsing, unclear if people are inside. I wonder if I can find this video. Is this it? I don't know if this is it. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to play something for myself and just see what this video is here. Okay, so this is a video I'm seeing on a YouTube video, and I don't know. It looks like it was posted by somebody today. I cannot confirm at all this. This is completely unconfirmed. But this is a video that Julio M posted on Twitter, and I'll just show it to you real quick. So you'll see here the video. So it looks like people are falling down from the earthquake, and I think this building's about to collapse here, but I can't confirm this is from today. Let's see. Here's the building. Wow, and there you, now that's, okay, and again, I can't confirm whether this is from today at all. Hopefully there were not people trapped in there. And hopefully that, well, I'm hoping it wasn't from today. Let's just see this one more time, the moment when this supposedly happens today. Okay, that was posted by Julio M. And this is a good reminder from Max Fisher, which I said before, and I will say it again. Just a reminder that inevitably some of the photos and videos circulating from Mexico City will turn out to be old, fake, etc. Use caution. I totally agree with Max Fisher on that. This is a post from Rafa Fernandez, and it says, several gas leaks in Mexico City's Reforma Avenue after earthquake, people walking in all directions to get away, shouts of no smoking. People walking to get away. What is this video here? I think this is maybe, is this during the earthquake or after? I can't tell. It is a shot of Mexico City from the Reddit live stream I'll show you. Just a lot of dust, basically. This is from Fernando Valenzuela. It says Mexico City, and if you play it, this is what you see. Okay. This says, here is from Pedro, I'll show you, Pedro Paolucci. Pedro Paolucci posted this. The Reddit live stream says this is people lifting rubble in an attempt to locate trapped civilians and victims. So let's look at this. I'd like to get it a little up on the screen for you. There we go. Again, that was from Pedro Paolucci on the Reddit live stream. This claims to be, this is also from Pedro Paolucci, it claims to be a department store collapse in Mexico City. Again, can't confirm this is a legitimate, accurate video, but I will show you the video anyway. You're watching Right Side Broadcasting's continuing coverage of the 7.1 earthquake that hit Mexico today, about 70 miles, centered 70 miles southeast of Mexico City. If you have any updates that you're hearing about that you want to share with the audience, let me know. Write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Also, to get get notified when we're coming on the air with breaking news videos like this, be sure to subscribe to us, Right Side Broadcasting, on YouTube, and click the notifications bell. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at RSB Network. And feel free, if you're watching on Facebook, to share this video or like it on YouTube, just because that'll help other people know that this video, that we're covering this, and a lot of people probably don't realize we're covering this live, and we're not a big company, so we can't, spend a lot of money on advertising or anything. So that would help us, or just tell a friend if they're interested that we're covering this right now. So I want to keep going here. This is another video which supposedly is of a building collapse from today in Mexico. I can't be sure about that, but I'm going to show it to you. It says the moment a building collapsed may be disturbing for some. This is posted by Alerta Chiapas. Hang on one sec, guys. Here's this, and we will see what this video is.
No mames la gente, pásense por favor.
Ya sé.
Pues nos salimos del Conde.
Ah, exacto, güey.
Sí.
Ahorita ni siquiera
Now, I believe we saw a video of that building earlier from a different angle. Let's see it again. Hopefully, if that was today, people all got out of there. What is this? This is a post from Kate Linthicum, and it says, the earthquake nearly toppled this building across from me in Mexico City. People fled screaming as buildings crumbled. Scary as hell. Well, that doesn't sound good. This says, from Emilio Leon, it says Santa Fe, Ciudad de Mexico. Santa Fe, Ciudad de Mexico. This is from Emilio Leon. Let's see what this video is.
No mames, Tania, güey. No mames, Tania. Padre nuestro, Dios mío. Dios, no mames. No, no mames, Tania. Padre nuestro, ¿qué estás haciendo? Dios mío. Ay, no mames, güey. Güey, no mames, qué pedo, güey. No mames.
And that was posted by Emilio Leon on Twitter, and you could see actually one of the dressers topple over. That seemed like pretty strong shaking. Mexico City. Here's another post. This is from Alerta Chiapas, and this is supposedly more buildings shaking today during the earthquake. Let's check out this video. Wow, that's amazing. Now I gotta turn the volume down on that because there's a little music playing at the end. We can't play the music, but I'm going to show you that again. This again was posted by Alerta Chiapas, and it's really at the beginning you can see this very modern looking building shaking here. This building here, we'll see it in a second, and you know, I used to live in Los Angeles, and I don't know about Mexico, but the buildings in Los Angeles, a lot of them were made to be able to shake some. A lot of them were like, I think they had like wheels on the bottom of the building, so that it was built in that they could move a little bit with a big earthquake. I don't know. In these buildings, you see them kind of twisting, but I wonder if this flexibility is built into the buildings to help them withstand the earthquake. But it's pretty incredible seeing that building, and we're going to see right here, shake like this. Let's watch it again. So you just see it really moving back and forth, which is pretty incredible. And then this one here, same thing. You see that shaking. I think we see no, I don't know. You can definitely see it shaking back and forth there. But maybe that's part of the design to help it be more flexible during the earthquake, and instead of just collapsing. Let me do a quick check here. Connor Wells, I have not heard of any tsunami warnings. Connor asked me if there are any tsunami warnings. I've not heard of any. That's very well, I'm guessing that might be because this took place on land. It was not, the last earthquake there, actually the epicenter was under the water, but this was the epicenter was on land in this earthquake. So perhaps that's why we haven't seen any tsunami warnings, I'm guessing. Clinton Body Count says, Steve, you look like you're not feeling well. Take care of yourself and get some rest. I feel perfectly fine. And I'm not tired at all. I got great sleep last night. So sorry I look like that. The lighting's a little, we're using a different studio than normal today. So in this week, so the lighting's a little different. So that might account for some of the different color and stuff like that. Okay, let me try to get you some more updates here about what's going on with this earthquake. If you have updates, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Let me know. And some of you already sent me some of the videos that I already showed, so thank you for sending them in. Oh, I think President Trump Blake Shelton 1993 sent me something that said President Trump posted on Twitter. So let me just see that about this. Yes, President Trump 9 minutes ago posted about this on Twitter. It says, God bless the people of Mexico City. We are with you and will be there for you. Oh, and Proud American sent me a video which I had seen before and I wanted to show you guys. So let me pull that up on the screen. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'll get this pulled up here. This was posted by, so Proud American sent me this. I also saw it was posted by Breaking N Now. See, it says Breaking N Now at Breaking N Now, and it's from Gustavo Serrano. It's from Gustavo Serrano, and it is a video, and it says, Breaking N Now says, here was the scene from inside a building during the earthquake in Mexico City. Let's take a look at this. Again, posted by Gustavo Serrano. Watch the beginning of that again. And I also saw this. This was posted by Noticias MVS, and they posted this, and it says, Terminal 2 of, this was one of the airports there in Mexico. I'm not sure which one, but you can see there's damage there from the earthquake. Really big damage. Okay, we're just trying to keep you up to date as much as we can about this earthquake, what's going on in Mexico and Mexico City after the 7.1 earthquake hit 70 miles southeast of Mexico City. So I just saw a report here on the Reddit live stream that 12 buildings are reported collapse in Mexico City following the quake. 12 buildings. And I can't tell if that means a partial collapse or a full collapse. That's obviously worrying, especially if we're talking full collapse. You know, could these have been buildings that people were working in or living in at the time and didn't get out? That's worrying. Also, we have this post from John Hayworth, and it says, Mayor of Mexico City says fires are in various buildings after the earthquake and some people are trapped inside burning buildings. That is very worrisome there, from John Hayworth. So while this earthquake, you know, probably happened an hour and a half or 2 hours ago, it's just, you know, a lot of times it takes a long time to find out what's going on in these places, and we're getting this news in, which is not good news, so we'll keep covering it here. This is Right Side Broadcasting. Here is another shot of a damaged road. We've seen a couple of shots like this. This is at Mexico City Airport. I don't know if this is the same. Oh my gosh, this is kind of a crazy shot. So this is from Mexico City Airport. It's posted by, you'll see, Charles Lindbergh. It says damaged road at Mexico City Airport following earthquake. Now, if this really is a picture from today, a couple things. I mean, look at that. We have a car which is lifted up because the road lifted up behind it, or it fell down in front of it. So if that's really a picture from today, that is quite worrisome in terms of that amount of structural damage. And that's not easily fixed damage there to the road at the airport. So if that's a true picture, that's a lot of damage. Thank you, Christine Bestgen, for the donation. Much appreciated. Okay, let's see what else I can find you. Vice President Pence also just tweeted out about this. He says, our hearts are with the people of Mexico City. We're thinking of you. And as the president said, we are with you. Want to just show you, for the people who are just tuning in, somebody wrote me and said, hey, where was this in relation to the last earthquake? So let me just quickly show you that again, where the two earthquakes were, the one today and the one 10 days ago. This is a helpful map from Fox News Research. And you can see here we have today's earthquake was the 7.1, around 70 miles southeast of Mexico City. That's the red dot there. And the blue dot is the one, the 8.1 from 10 days ago, or maybe 11 days ago. Connor Wells says, have to be aware of aftershocks as well. Yes, we'll keep an eye out about aftershocks. So we have these worrisome reports that people are maybe trapped in burning and collapsed buildings there. We'll keep you updated about that. Here is a post from BNO News. BNO News, you can see right there. In this post from BNO, oops, let me pause this. This post from BNO News says, newsroom of Mexican paper Milenio struck by violent shaking, and it's posted by Milenio. So let's see what we see here. So that shaking went on for a while. I just wanted to show you it was pretty violent too. I'm going to go back just and watch a few seconds of the light shaking and stuff. You can see how violent the shaking was. So again, that's from BNO News and also Millennial.com. Let's see, we have a post here. This is from Alerto Chiapas, and they say, hang on one second, Mexico Highway, Acapulco stretch, Cuernavaca, some kind of collapse in southbound lanes. Oh, is that, if you look ahead, if you look at that picture, look up there as the road goes. I wonder if the road just collapsed up there. Let's see what this video is. So we have this road. This is from Alerta Chiapas, and there's a crack in it, and it looks like it might have actually collapsed up there. I wonder if the guy's going to walk up there and show us. We'll forward a little. That's a collapsed road. That's not like a natural part of the road there. That's just the road collapsed there. So there's a lot of damage going on from this. Wow. Oops, let me get the graphics out so I can show you. Sorry, I'll do that again. That obviously is problematic. That's from Alerta Chiapas again. This is a video I saw before. I saw this reported as like shaking going on as a resort at some kind of like amusement park or some kind of park there. That's what I heard this was. I'm not positive. It says the waters. So Alerta Chiapas posted it, and they said thus the strong earthquake in the waters of Xochimilco lived in the CDMX. I don't know what any of that means, but I saw it reported as, I don't know if that's true, but it's some kind of like park or area where people, a recreational area. But let's, I'll show you this.
Oh my gosh. This is a bad idea to be on this boat. Wow. I just don't want my phone to get wet. I don't care about my life. I don't care about my life. I just care about my phone. Oh my god.
Oh, you're recording this, right?
Oh, oh my gosh! I'm on the end of it on 1985 day.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a crazy thing. That's why I'm amazed.
Holy shit!
That is why I'm amazed.
This is the most interesting thing that's happened.
So some people on boats during the earthquake there, reportedly. You're watching Brightside Broadcasting's live coverage of this 7.1 earthquake that has hit Mexico, about 70 miles southeast of Mexico City. We're hearing some reports of damage, of collapsed buildings, possibly in Mexico. We heard a report of 12 collapsed buildings. We heard a report maybe of people trapped inside, fire in some buildings. And also we haven't heard, Mexico City is 70 miles away from the epicenter. So presumably there might be even more damage, unfortunately, toward the epicenter. We'll let you know what we hear about when we hear it. And I'm trying to find you some more updated stuff here. Here's a photo of some damage, which we hadn't shown yet on the broadcast, that supposedly is from today, of some damage. Look at that. This is a post from El Universal. It says, I don't know how to translate that, but that is supposedly of today. What is this? This is posted by Fernando Del Rio, and it looks like some building collapsed or a sign collapsed or something. Let's watch this. Is that a building? It's hard to say. What's a little bit worrying there is I don't know, is that a sign from the top of the building that the building just collapsed? I can't tell. Here's another shot of a collapsed building, supposedly from today, from 24 Horas. Another shot here of another building collapse. I haven't seen this photo yet. There's another photo of a building collapse from today, or a partial building collapse. This video is from Reddit videos, I guess. I'll show you what it is. It says, "Our videos Mookie Bomber," and it says, building facade collapsing during 7.4 magnitude. I think it was a 7.1 earthquake that struck Mexico City. Let's see what this video is. We'll play this for you. Wow. Thank you, Ace Trades, for the donation. Much appreciated. And for those of you who haven't seen it, we've shown this video before, but there was a building. We've seen a couple of different angles of this video. This one was posted by Jorge Guajardo. And we've seen a couple different angles of this, but for those of you who haven't seen it, it's a building collapsing.
Exacto, güey.
Supposedly this is from today. I'll show you again. If you have any updates that you hear about, let me know. I'm at Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner, at Lookner. You can message me here if you have things that you want to share, news that you want to, or posts or tweets or whatever that you want to share with our audience. Give me a shout on Twitter. Also, I am at, I am at Lookner. Right Side Broadcasting is at RSB Network, so you can follow us on Twitter at RSB Network. You can follow me at Lookner. And if you want to know about our breaking news videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell. And that way you'll get notified whenever we come on the air with a new breaking news video. We do a bunch of these. We do these all the time. Whenever news comes out, like today, when breaking news happens, we come on live and cover it. Thanks again to the moderators for moderating the chat room today. Okay, so we're going to continue our live coverage here. I need about, no, I didn't want to do that. Nope, I didn't want to do that. Hang on one sec, guys. I'm just doing something here, rearranging a little bit. So we're going to continue our coverage now, get you some more updates, get you whatever footage we can show you and that kind of thing. But what I want to do right now real quick, I need, guys, about maybe a minute and a half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on here the Reddit live stream, and I will be back in under 2 minutes. So give me 2 minutes and I'll come right back. Thank you for your patience. Let me just replace the headline here and we will keep going with our continuing coverage of this earthquake in Mexico. I'm just going to replace the headline at the bottom. There we go. We're back. So we are covering this earthquake. It's a 7.1 earthquake that happened 70 miles southeast of Mexico City. We are bringing you the latest updates. We've heard reports. We've been seeing video of collapsed buildings, of damage, some fires, and we're trying to let you know what's happening as we found out about it. We've heard reports that there might be a lot of people trapped in buildings in different parts of Mexico, including Mexico City. We're not sure. We're trying to get you that information. So feel free also to write to me on Twitter if you have any updates about this you want to share, any news updates. Let me do a quick check here and try to get you the latest information here. This is not good. Had we seen this picture before? This is from Alerta Chiapas. They posted this. It says, collapsed buildings in Scotland and Ferrol in the Colonia de Valle. Reportedly, people are trapped. That's not a good collapse there. That's from, again, Alerta Chiapas. What is this? This is also from Alerta Chiapas. Let's see what this post is from them. This is another collapsed building that they had posted about.
Se cayó un edificio literal, Condesa. Se cayó un edificio literal. Vamos a ayudar, güey. Vamos a ver. Se cayó todo este edificio.
So it's kind of worrying because we're seeing a lot of videos of collapsed buildings, a lot of them. And it was the middle of the day when this earthquake happened. And I'm concerned that people might not have had time to get out of some of these buildings. I'm sure we'll hear more about this soon. But it is quite concerning to see all of these. Oh, and here's another video. I want to show you this one too. I'd seen a couple videos like this. This is an overhead shot. This is one more from Alerta Chiapas. And they posted a video, and I've seen this posted other places too, of an overhead shot of Mexico City, I believe CDMX Mexico City. I keep seeing CDMX. Let's see. I think CDMX is Mexico City. Yes, it is. So this is an overhead shot from Mexico City, and you can see like different smoke areas you'll see in the shot. And I wonder if the smoke areas might be collapsed buildings. So again, that's Alerta Chiapas. And you can see from the video.
Se cayeron edificios. Se cayeron edificios.
Now, I don't know if the smoky areas are fires or collapsed buildings or what, but there are a bunch of them there, and that reportedly is right after the earthquake. Operations have been stopped at Mexico City Airport after the 7.1 earthquake. All flights are on hold or diverting. So no flights going in or out of Mexico City Airport right now. Is this a collapsed build? I'm looking at some other photos here. What is this? I don't know this. 24 Horas posted this, and I'm not sure what it is, what collapsed there. I don't know if that's road signs that collapsed or a bridge that collapsed, but something collapsed onto that truck there. Again, that was from 24 Horas. I don't know if we've seen this one before. This is also from 24 Horas, which I will show you. Another building collapse. We've seen a lot of building collapses. This is quite worrying how many building collapse photos we're seeing. I'm assuming at least some of them are real photos. I'd be surprised if they were all fake photos or, from past events. Here's a report now from this just in from the Reddit live stream that the death toll now stands at 42. I can't confirm this, but this is from Graco Ramirez. Graco Ramirez. Let's see if I can get this post up for you. So the post says, first preliminary report, people dead. My support of family hug. We are attending families, our united strength. And it looks, this is from Graco Ramirez, and it lists different, I'll show you back when we go over here. It lists different, I guess, areas of Mexico, municipio, and people who are reported dead in those areas. I'm guessing that might go up, unfortunately, but that in itself is pretty bad right there already. Ugh, this is a new post from 24 Horas. This is not good here. I'll show you this picture. I guess this maybe is in an area Navarte. Thank you, Molly, for the donation. Much appreciated. The donations just help keep us on the air. We're viewer supported, so thank you. We really appreciate it. So this is, I have to say, you know, since we've been on the air, we've been seeing a lot of these building collapse pictures, and I'm not feeling too good right now seeing all these building collapse pictures. If the building collapses are this widespread, we're going to see a big death toll and injury toll here. I think. I hope not, but I'm worried about this. Now, I don't know if this is just from breaking 911 reports. Governor of the Mexican state of Morelos says at least 42 people have been killed there after 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck. Now, I wonder, is that last post we saw, this death toll stands at 42 post, was that just from, let's see, Graco Ramirez? Sorry, let me do a little investigation here. He posted this, and he is the governor of the state of Morelos. Ah, I see. So I wonder if the death toll is just 42 in that one state, because this is the governor of the state, and he posted the death toll was 42. So he posted this right here. I guess this is just a death toll 42 in the place he governs, in the state he governs. And that's what Breaking 911 is saying, referring to when they say governor of the Mexican state of Morelos says at least 42 people have been killed just in that state alone. Just in that state alone. That's not good news. So there's that report. This is not good. And this is early, remember. Unfortunately, you know, it looks to be a number of buildings collapsed there in Mexico, and there's this, you know, I have to think that at this point, and a lot of them, they don't know if there's anybody in the buildings, and if there are, how many people. Maybe there are people still alive in there and stuff, but sadly, I believe these numbers of casualties are going to go up as the search and rescue operation goes on there. Now I'm seeing a number of 48. I'll show you that right now. So if you look at this tweet from BNO News, right in the middle there, it says at least 48 people now have been confirmed dead. At least 48 confirmed dead after a powerful earthquake struck central Mexico. And some of you have sent me videos that we've already shown here, but thank you for sending them in. If you have updates about what's going on, or, you know, tweets or news items, videos, photos, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at LOOKNER. I'm checking a couple of these things now. Also, if you send me things like What I can't show is like if it's like a professional news network and they're in their feed or something. I'm not really allowed to show that, so I'm not going to show it. Nicaragua expat dream says thank you for what you do. I'm watching for Nicaragua. Well, I'm glad we could give you some coverage of this. What is this? Okay, so this is sent to me by Joseph DeLuca. Sent this to me. Hang on one sec, guys. I'll show this to you. So our viewer Joseph DeLuca sent me a video here that I want to show you. And this video is from, it's Andrea Legarreta says a lot of screams for help inside collapsed buildings in earthquake, Mexico City. Now this posted from Noticieros Televisa. I'll play a second of it. I'm not sure what it is. So we can hear. So that's very worrisome. I mean, that's a gigantic building, which you can see by seeing all the people walk by. I mean, look at how big that building is, and it's just collapsed. So that's really not good. We saw a video of some boats going way up and down, people in boats during the earthquake, and one of the viewers wrote in, India 1229 wrote in, Xochimilco, where that took place, is like a Venice canal area where people rent boats. The water is normally very calm. Let me try to get you more updates here. Reddit live stream says telephone communications are down in some areas of Mexico City. Telephone communications are down. Perhaps there's more damage we haven't heard about. Maybe people can't use their cell phones in some areas. This is also a post from animalpolitico.com, and it says building on the streets of San Luis and Medellin. Let's see this photo here. Wow, that's not good at all. These are gigantic buildings we're seeing some photos of here that are knocked down or collapsed. This is really bad. Honestly, it's even worse than I thought it would be, seeing these shots of the collapsed buildings. Very worrying. And Reddit livestream also says correction to the previously reported death toll. That number was only the confirmed death toll for Morelos State. There remain 5 other confirmed deaths elsewhere, bringing the total to 47. We also saw somebody reported 48 too. And unfortunately, I'm sure that's going to go up. Okay, this is a new tweet now from 24 Horas, and they say at least 27 buildings have collapsed in Mexico City. Reported until now 40 dead. Now, I don't know if that 40 dead is from Mexico City or it's that report from Morelos we saw earlier. I can't tell. But this says, they're saying at least 27 buildings have collapsed in Mexico City, and maybe it's more than that. So they're saying at least for now it's that. Seeing if I can get you some more videos here. Wow, this is from AFP Mexico, or this is from AFP actually, I think, not AFP Mexico. AFP Español. Here's some pictures of damage. You can see that's a giant chimney or something, or column on top of a car. It's from AFP. We saw that picture before of that collapsed building. Those people, I believe, are hurt and not dead, fortunately, but sad that they're hurt. Another photo from AFP. This looks like another collapsed building here. We've seen a number of pictures of collapsed buildings with search and rescue happening. And the search and rescue is kind of just like crude in the sense of it just looks, a lot of civilians are out there without specialized tools, just trying to help these buildings that just collapsed, trying to help get people from out of there. So, you know, like in that picture, you see all these civilians, they don't have even hard hats on or anything, but they're just trying to help. So these are big buildings we're seeing collapsed. So that report about 27 buildings collapsed, that supposedly came from the Mexican president. Am I disappearing behind here? I need to fix that. Sorry, I'm disappearing behind that picture. Need to move that down a little bit. Nope, I didn't want to do that. There we go. That's better. Okay, good. All right, let's try to get you some more updates here about what's going on in Mexico City and Mexico generally. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second here. Just pulling up some stuff. Minerva, the viewer Minerva sent me this tweet from the Pop Hub, and it says Mexican authorities have confirmed 42 casualties, I believe 42 deaths in just the state of Morelos alone after an earthquake with 7.1 magnitude hit Mexico City. Now let's look at some of these pictures. I had not seen that picture. Well, we'd seen a picture, I think maybe from this scene before, but you can see those columns coming down on those cars there. This I don't think we've seen before. Yikes. Huge buildings collapsed. Wow, is that a collapsed building back there? That's really crazy. If you look, that looks like a giant collapsed building. I mean, several stories high. Just the rubble is several stories high. These are all from the Pop Hub, by the way, at the Pop Hub. Thanks to our viewer for sending those in. If you have any updates you'd like to share, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner, and I can share them with our audience. Thank you. Photos, videos, that kind of thing. And this is Right Side Broadcasting. It's our continuing coverage of the 7.1 earthquake that's hit Mexico. We've heard reports of about 47, 48 people already dead, confirmed dead, but the governor of Morelos, the state of Morelos, said 42 are dead in his state alone that he can confirm so far. We're showing you video, audio, photos, whatever we can get our hands on here. If you want to know when we come on the air with this kind of video, we come on the air with live breaking news a lot at Right Side Broadcasting. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell when you do to get notified of our videos. Also, you can follow us on Facebook. We post on Facebook as well. Facebook Right Side Broadcasting. And feel free to share this video on Facebook or like it on YouTube if you want to let other people know about it, because we're small, we can't really advertise, so that lets other people know that we're covering this. We want people to know that we're covering this and giving you live coverage. And excuse me, I don't even have a mug today. I just have this water here. So normally I would drink out of a mug, but we're in a studio we're not usually in today, so we're kind of just doing what we need to do to get this done. There's another video. I'll show you a couple of videos that we've seen before but I want to show you again. So Amy sent this one in, but we'd already seen this before, but I'll show this to you again. It's of a collapsing building in case you joined us late. And this one was posted, this version of the video was posted by PhotoGeo. So let me just show you this one.
Este edificio se movió horrible, horrible. Dios mío.
Sorry.
Dios, Logan, que te salga, te va a caer, te va a caer. Dios mío, Dios mío, Dios mío, Dios mío.
And then we'll see this again.
Te va a caer. Dios mío, Dios mío, Dios mío, Dios.
So that video we've seen a few times. Again, any of these videos in particular, we can't confirm that any of them particularly are from today because sometimes the videos turn out to be from an older incident. But we've seen so many videos today of collapsed buildings from very reputable sources. It does look like to be a very damaging earthquake, and a lot of big buildings are collapsed, which is very, very worrying that we're seeing these big buildings collapsed. And you know, while this earthquake was a 7.1, whereas the one that was 10 or 11 days ago was an 8.1, it's possible that this did some more damage in terms of big buildings because that last one occurred over the water, and the biggest areas in terms of shaking from that earthquake were on the coast. But those might not be buildings where there's a lot of population, or there's those areas might not be as heavily populated. And there might be fewer big buildings. So because this earthquake today, even though it was a 7.1 versus an 8.1, it occurred a lot closer to Mexico City. So we might have a lot more of big buildings collapsing and big building damage than we would have had from the last earthquake. Just speculation there. Let's see what this is that somebody just sent me. Okay, Bragwen sent me this. The viewer Bragwen sent me this. It's a post from Jennifer Alv, and it's a church in Mexico, which I guess was damaged from this. Reportedly, this is what this is. So you can see there. It is a beautiful church, and it does look to be severely damaged. So if that is an accurate picture from today, that's not good at all. And again, that was from Jennifer Alv. Just checking some different sources here. Here's a post from AFP Mexico. People remove debris after a real quake rattled Mexico City on September 19th. We see a lot of shots of photos and videos of just civilians removing debris. This happened and they're just trying to help out. But a lot of it's probably incredibly heavy and hard to move, especially for civilians, with no special equipment. Hopefully they'll move, I'm assuming eventually they'll move special equipment in there. Here's a little summary from BNO News about the earthquake. What we know so far, according to BNO News, at 1:14 p.m. local time, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck near the city of Izúcar de Matamoros in the state of Puebla. This is about 170 miles southeast of the capital, struck at a depth of 31 miles. Very strong shaking was felt across the region. The U.S. Geological Survey estimates up to around 79.6 million people could have felt the quake, including 1.4 million people who experienced very strong shaking, another 8.3 million who experienced strong shaking. The USGS says significant casualties and damage are likely and the disaster is potentially widespread. At least 48 people are confirmed to have died. Most of the fatalities so far have been reported in the state of Morelos. At least 4 people were killed in Puebla and 2 died in the state of Mexico, which surrounds the capital. The number of casualties in Mexico City is not yet known. From Mexico City, we have heard at least 27 buildings have collapsed in Mexico City. trapping an unknown number of people. Several fires accompanied by an explosion at one location have also been reported. Mexico City International Airport has been closed until a review of the airport's infrastructure has been completed. Tuesday's earthquake just came just an hour after a nationwide earthquake preparedness drill, which took place on the anniversary of the 1985 earthquake that struck the coast of Michoacan, causing widespread damage in Mexico City and killing up to 10,000 people. So that was an update from BNO News. If you hear any more news, or if you see new videos or photo updates or anything like that, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. You can also follow me there if you want to keep up with breaking news coverage, because I do post about breaking news all the time. Also, be sure to subscribe to Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube and click the notifications bell when you subscribe to get notified when we come on the air with these breaking news videos. Now, Marks, who is somebody I follow on Twitter, and I find him to be pretty reliable, he says at least 50 dead due to earthquake in Mexico City. I'm going to check something right now. Gossamer said to me, there are some live streams up, but a number of them are media companies, and I can't show those. So I'm going to do a quick check. Bear with me for one sec, guys, while I do a quick check here. See what I can find you. Yeah, if it's like Mexico News 11, I can't show you that. I'm not allowed to show you that. So I'm going to see what I can find here and see if there's anything showable to you that I'm allowed to actually show you. No, that I can't show you. First of all, let me do this. So bear with me one second. Why is this all doing this? Oh, I know what I had to do. Sorry, guys, give me one more second here. I'm just making a little change here, which will help me. Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm seeing some streams here, but the ones I'm seeing tend to be, big news company stuff, and I'm not allowed to show you that. So I'll keep looking here, but for the moment, I'll keep showing you video and photos and stuff like that I see. Steve Herman reports at least 5 dead in state of Puebla, various building fires in Mexico City, people trapped in damaged structures. Now, what is this? Let's see what this is that somebody sent me. Okay, this is a video I was sent by the viewer Frankie P sent me this, and this is from Dodgers Lakers LA, and it says, "We still can't believe this happened on the 32nd anniversary of the mega 1985 quake. Mexico City, we must be prepared in SoCal." So let's see, this is supposedly from Mexico Today. Let's look at this video and see what this is. Posted by Dodgers Lakers LA.
No, ya.
That's kind of scary. You know, especially scary when the debris comes down and like lands on people's heads and stuff. Really dangerous. Right here, you'll see the people run out as debris is falling. Right there, you know, so it's so dangerous. Thank you for sending that in, Frankie P. This is a person, just to give you a sample of a live stream. This is our viewer, Macedonian Kafefe wrote in. This is somebody named Dan Cristobal. Dan Cristobal, and they're showing some kind of scene going on there in Mexico City. It looks like a search and rescue operation. I'm seeing a stretcher, and we're seeing some people there. Oh, I guess so. And I'm not sure whether, I can't really show you that. I just realized that's somebody who's like showing other people's things. And I'm not sure where they're getting it from. So I don't want to do anything naughty and show something I'm not supposed to show you. Give me one sec though. I want to check one more source here. That's not, can't show you any of that stuff. Here's another picture from AFP Mexico showing you some of the damage that's going on there. It's really bad. People removed debris of a building which collapsed after a quake right in Mexico City, and you see just, I mean, these massive buildings, and I'm sure people are trapped under it in some of these buildings. It's really bad. Oh, I know what I want to do. I forgot to do something. There should be a this. That's better. That's what we want to do. So let's see what other updates we can get you here. Just searching through some different messages here. If you have any updates, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. And so Amy says, we saw a video before of a building collapsing, and Amy wrote in and said, the person says that building is moving horribly. They need to get out. The wall has broken. Get out. It's going to fall. My God, the people. So this is this video, which we saw before. And our viewer says that the person in the video is talking in Spanish, and they're talking as if there are people in there. So if that's the case, that's not good, because we saw this before. The building does collapse. So I hope there won't be people in there, but that's the problem, especially if they're on the lower floors. It's really bad. That's the whole thing collapses. So. This Right Side Broadcasting's ongoing coverage of the 7.1 earthquake, which hit Mexico today, 70 miles southeast of Mexico City. We're seeing more and more pictures of damaged buildings, of big buildings collapsed. Very worrying. We've heard, I guess, between 48, 49 deaths there so far, but that I'm guessing might go up, unfortunately. And we're just letting you know what we hear about as soon as we hear it, trying to get you more information about this. Here's a post from Nick Miroff. Rescue workers in Mexico picking through rubble of fallen buildings, periodically pausing for silence to listen for any survivors' cries. So that's Nick Miroff reporting that. And if they're listening for survivors, that also means they think there might just be people who did not survive under those buildings, which is not good. Amy sent me another video, and it says, she said it's a guy, sorry. This is a video that Amy sent me. It's from Blame Causation. It says, guy yelling at people to stop looking and start helping. And it's from Noticias MVS MTY. And it says, let's show you this one.
Ayúdenos a hacer una fila para el escombro. A ver, ¿quién nos va a ayudar? Aquí, a ver, necesito una fila aquí, señores. Dejen de estar viendo, carajo. A ver, vamos a empezar.
You know, I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but these are really sizable buildings that we're seeing collapse. We're seeing, you know, you look at the picture, you can get a scale of, you can see that pile of rubble, it looks to be about 3 stories high because you can see the person on the top, at least 2 stories high. So these are really big buildings and big piles of rubble. And we're seeing a lot of different ones, which isn't good. I have not seen this picture before, man. This is another picture of earthquake damage from 24 Horas. And this is really, I mean, we're just seeing more and more pictures like this. Not good. Is that, it's hard to tell. Is that like is that a building or a side of a building? It's very hard to say what that is, but a lot of these pictures coming in. Now I'm seeing from 24 Horas, they're saying at least 29 buildings and structures collapsed. I wonder if that's in Mexico City, because we heard a report earlier that at least 27 buildings have been collapsed in Mexico City. Purple Crow Chaos says, watching your stream today about the Mexico quake and just wanted to say thanks for what you do once again. You're welcome. Says I'd donate if I could. If you can't, don't worry about it. And thanks to people who donated before. The donations are just, we normally ask for donations during our broadcast, but we don't really do it when we're covering an event like this. But just so you know, and I thank people for donations, those donations are going to just keep us on the air because we're a viewer-supported network. And if you have updates, we've been taking, in addition to my finding stuff, we've been, you guys have been sending in updates, videos, photos, news that you hear. Let me know. I can share it with our audience. Write to me at Lookner on Twitter, at LOOKNER. And you can also subscribe to us on Right Side Broadcasting to get notified about our breaking news videos. We do like this. If you want to get notified, subscribe to us on Right Side on YouTube and click the notifications bell. And you can follow us on Facebook as well. What is this video? Okay, here's a video that Amy sent me. Let me show you this one. This was posted by Fachazi, and let's see what this video is. Unreal.
Arriba, se está manifestando alguien.
So many buildings just collapsed. Metro News Network said, Steve, may we rebroadcast your YouTube signal on our homepage? You can, as long as you embed it. So I'm going to type to this person right now, but we really we broadcast on YouTube, and that's kind of how we pay our bills. So we don't allow people to just take our tube and rebroadcast, just capture it and show it as their own. But if you put it on your page as embedded, so that people are actually watching our YouTube feed, that's fine. So let me, but it needs to be embedded, like you're actually, like when the person's watching it on your channel, they're actually watching our YouTube page. There's a way to do that. So give me 1 sec. Let me just make sure this person know that if they're not watching. Sorry, I just need to reply to them because they were nice enough to ask. So we are covering, this is Right Side Broadcasting, we are covering this earthquake in Mexico. We've been on for a little while now, and it took us for various reasons, technical reasons, we came on a little later than we normally would. We probably came on about 45 minutes after the earthquake happened, or an hour, but in a way, the story was just beginning, because right now we're starting to see a lot more footage of really collapsed buildings, a lot of collapsed buildings, a lot of road damage, but a lot of really big collapsed buildings, and very worrisome. I imagine there are people trapped underneath a lot of these buildings. We're seeing tons of search and rescue stuff going on. And we also have this report that in the state of Morelos, 42 people are dead there. I've heard reports of 5 or 6 other deaths. I have to imagine, unfortunately, that will get higher. But as of right now, it looks like the death toll is around 48-ish. Also reports of numerous buildings. The last report I saw of Mexico City said at least 27 buildings collapsed. Maybe it's more, I'm not sure. Also remember, Mexico City is 70 miles away from the epicenter. So as we get close to that epicenter, I have to imagine there's even more damage. Maybe we're not even hearing from those places. Maybe they don't have cell phone service right now. I don't know. So we're just going to keep an eye out and keep bringing you coverage of this and let you see what's going on. Oops. And if you, by the way, you've been very helpful about sending in updates to us and letting us share them on the air. So if you hear about stuff, videos, photos, news items about this earthquake, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. And sometimes, some of you are sending me just like YouTube videos, and if I sometimes just I'm not ignoring you. It's just if I can't get a real feel for where it came from, I lean towards being conservative and not show it, because I don't want to show something that's either not of the earthquake or something that we're not allowed to show. So I have to kind of try to use my best judgment here. But thank you everybody who sent stuff in so far, and I am looking at it. Now, what is this? I'm not sure what this is. The Reddit live stream is showing a point of impact map, and I'm not even sure what this is. Let's see. Because that's Mexico City, so I don't know what impact would mean, unless by point of impact I mean that's like certain damaged buildings or something. I'm not sure. Alejandro Longerin writes in, Steve, thanks for your service. Used to live in Morelos. I'm now in Pennsylvania. I'm having issues to get in contact with relatives and friends. Yeah, and I'm very sorry to hear that, Alejandro. And, you know, we saw a report earlier that cell phone service was down in some parts of Mexico City. That's just Mexico City. So definitely there could be parts that have a lot of damage where there's no cell phone service, and we might not be hearing and seeing what's going on in those places. I wouldn't doubt that there's some of those kind of places. So that's extra worrying, that to know that there's other damage that happened that we're not even hearing about yet. Melissa sent me in this video. I guess this is from Morelos. It's posted by Anahi Avila. Let's watch this one. Let's see, what is this one here? This one we showed a while back, but I'll show it again. Amy sent me this, and I'll show it again because I haven't shown it in a while. And it's of a building, a very modern building, like just shaking. So this was posted by Fachazi. Sorry, this is all too much stuff going on at once. By Fachazi. So we showed this before. We'll show it again if you haven't seen it. You can see the video. This modern building really shaking here.
Aguas, aguas con los postes.
And we saw, you know, we've seen videos of shaking buildings and flexing buildings, but unfortunately it seems like some of them just came down. By the way, if you do send me, thank you for sending me audio, you're sending me stuff, I appreciate it. If you send me something, please give me a little just description. If you just literally sent me a link and I don't know what it is, then I'm kind of going through a lot of links and I might probably won't even look at it because I don't know what it is, what it might be. So give me a little description, you know, just a few words, let me know what link you're sending me. That would be really helpful. I appreciate it. Again, if you have news updates, photos, videos, that kind of stuff, you can write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. We're covering the 7.1 earthquake that hit 70 miles south of Mexico City, trying to get you updates on it. A lot of damage there. It looks really bad in a lot of places. In terms of just, I'm not saying all of Mexico's damage, but there's certainly a lot of collapsed buildings, it seems like. This is a new video. This is from Alerta Chiapas. What are they showing? It says, continued revision of infrastructure works, what they remain suspended flights. You know, the airport right now is they're not letting flights take off or leave. I wonder if this has to do with that. Maybe this is at the airport, I'm not sure. It says airport on the sign, but I'll show you this one. I think that is from the airport, and again, that is from Alerta Chiapas. Alerta Chiapas also says 4 people dead and 29 buildings collapsed at this moment, at this point in Mexico City. That's what they're reporting. 4 dead and 29 buildings collapsed just in Mexico City alone. Here is a post from AFP Mexico. People removed debris after a real quake rattled Mexico City. Seeing a lot of civilians removing debris, unfortunately. These are some more pictures from 24 Horas. It says the situation in Viaducto between Monterrey and Medellin. Let's see these pictures here. So again, this is not good. We have what looks like a big structure collapse there. That just shows you what kind of collapse. It's a big collapse. It looks like a roof or something. I don't know, or the side of a building onto a car. Just not good. And some more pictures from Breaking 911. So we saw that one earlier. I think we saw that one already. I don't know if we've seen that one, but another collapse of a partial collapse of a building. CNN is now reporting at least 44 people are dead. That's according to CNN. A couple of you sent me a video, some drone footage from ABC News. I don't believe we're able to show that to you. I'm not sure, but I err on the side of caution. It has ABC News on it, so I'm sorry. But you know, if I'm not, usually if stuff has if it's from a big news network, a professional news network, we're not allowed to show that. So I'm not going to be showing that to you at the moment. Maybe you can search their Twitter or something, and it'll have it on it. But feel free to keep sending me stuff. I really appreciate you guys sending me in videos and photos and updates about what's going on. You know, it's one of these things where this is a really big story, but it's hard to get information about it. You know, I'm looking at my American news sources. I'm really not getting much information now, so I'm trying to check different things out. But it's the kind of thing, if it was going on in America, you'd have all this updates, but the updates are harder to come by at this point. So just trying my best to get you the latest on this. Here's a tweet from 24 Horas. It says, they require help to get out children trapped in a school. So they require help to get out children trapped in a school at Envio Coapa Rebsamen, which looks like there are children trapped in a school there, unfortunately, that may be collapsed. I don't know if we've seen this picture before, but it gives you a scale of some of the damage there. AFP Mexico, quake rattle Mexico City. Let me just move this picture up so you can see it a little better if I can. I don't know if I can. Well, anyways, you can see it better. But just the size of that building, I mean, you look at the people, that building is a number of stories high, and it's just all the floors seem to be pancaked on top of each other. So sadly, I'm guessing that, you know, in a number of these cases, people didn't get out of the buildings because it's not like you have advance warning of the earthquake. The earthquake just starts happening. So now maybe the building took a while to collapse. That would be good, but just not good. Okay, Amy just sent me this. This was posted by Fachazi. Hang on one second here. Where did it go? There it is. So this was posted by Fachazi, and Amy sent me this. There's Fachazi right there. So let's take a look at this. Hold on, I'll rewind it for you. Sideways, so I apologize. So let's keep that.
capa. Ah, esta está suelta.
Now remember, this looks to be like an office building. It doesn't look like, you know, like a shack or something, and it's just shaking so much and so much damage. Let's watch the first few seconds again. So again, that was posted by Fachazi. I don't know if I've seen this video yet. I've seen the damage, but I haven't seen the video. This, I believe, is at it's one of the airports in Mexico. Fachazi also posted this one. So I've seen photos of this. I don't think I've seen this exact video. So let me show you this. Okay, let me show you this video now. This was sent to me by, where did this come from? Amy sent me this one. And this was posted by Enrique Acevedo. I don't think, we might have seen a version of this video, but I don't think with maybe a shorter version. So it says, the Ministry of Labor, I have no exact location. That's from Enrique Acevedo. So let's look at this post here. You know what's really scary here is, I mean, this is, you see people running out of this building while this is happening. We've seen numerous videos of debris falling while people are running out of the building. That reminds me, I used to know this and I'm not aware. I believe there is advice that says if you're in an earthquake, don't run out of the building because you don't want to get hit by stuff that's going to hit you on the head. But this is a case where you have people running out of the building and all the stuff is just falling or off the building as they're running out of it. Towards the beginning of this. So that again was from Enrique Acevedo. Gemma Spet writes in, my friend Manuel sent me this video. It's Mexico City. Sorry. Gemma Spet says, my friend Manuel sent me this video. It's Mexico City from above, buildings collapse, personal video. So I can't confirm the source of it, but I will show it to you. I think we saw this before. So again, I can't confirm the source, but we'll show it to you. I think we might have seen this one before. I'm not sure though.
Se cayeron edificios. Se cayeron.
And as I said before, I'm not sure if the smoke is all collapsed buildings. Some of them might be on fire. Not sure there. Sorry, just checking my different sources here. Okay, what is this? So I'm going to show you. First of all, Mexico City Airport has resumed operations. That's from Breaking a Reddit live stream. Now, the Reddit live stream also has this post. It says Nick Miroff posted drone footage of collapsed buildings in Mexico City where rescuers are attempting to gain access through roof. So I'm going to show you this. They posted it. Univision posted this on their Twitter. So just so you can see the exact source of this, I'm letting you know it's from Univision. And I'll show you real quick.
Muerta según.
We have some footage from above buildings, and you can see a collapsed building there. Let's see if we go further there. That's really frightening because it looks like, you know, a lot of the floors are pancaked on top of each other. So that's worrisome. Okay, let's see. AFP Mexico posted this. They said a woman is pulled out of the rubble alive. They're showing that. So there does look to be a lot of search and rescue stuff going on at different locations in Mexico right now. This is Mexico City here. If you have updates, give me a shout. We're covering this. We're giving you live coverage of this 7.1 earthquake that hit Mexico today. A lot of buildings collapsed, very unfortunately. It looks like a lot of people might be trapped there. And we're trying to just show you whatever information we can get and bring it to you. So if you get information, I'd be happy to share it with our audience. Just give me a shout on Twitter, @Lookner, @LOOKNER. I'll show you another video we saw before, but I'll show you it again. This was Bragg when sent it to me, and this time we showed it before, but this is an example of this was posted by Jimmy's World original, I guess, and this is an example of a road where it just kind of collapsed in the middle there. So I'll show you this. You get up here and you can see the road is actually. It's just it's like a highway and just collapsed there. Now I don't know, maybe that might have been a bridge, but so there's that. But trying to get you some new information here, if we can. Just doing my best, looking at different sources. I'm sorry if you hear a little dog barking in the background. We're in like a temporary studio for the next couple days, so there are some noises we can't really control as much as we'd like to. So I apologize for that. It's not the usual, but we'll do our best. Now, what is this? This is from Alerta Chiapas, and it says collapse of it looks like it's a school collapse. Primary school collapse. Staff and children trapped in the rubble. Emergency teams working in place. So this is not good. That's from Alerta Chiapas, and they're reporting a primary school has collapsed. and staff and children are trapped in the rubble and emergency teams are working in place. Not good news. Oh, and you know, another video, we only showed this once, but I want to show this again. Copernica just sent it to me, and we'd already shown it before, but I want to show it one more time. It's of a video where some people are hanging out. It's an area where people hang out in boats, and the water is normally very calm, but people were on boats when this earthquake happened, kind of like they were just kind of hanging out. And then this was posted by Marietta, which you'll see. And this was in Xochimilco. Xochimilco, it's a tourist attraction.
Oh my gosh. This is a bad idea to be on this boat. Wow. I just don't want my phone to get back. I don't care about my life. I don't care about my life. I just care about my phone. Oh my god.
Oh, you're recording this, right?
Oh.
And one of our viewers wrote in that water is normally very calm, but you got all those big waves when the earthquake happened. Graciela sent me in this map of buildings that collapsed. Well, now, what I can't tell, it says Sismo 2000. Yes, it is today. So this, I guess you could find this on Google somewhere, but it's a map of buildings that have collapsed, I guess. I don't read Spanish really. It says buildings, and this says buildings in danger. Looks like there's gas leaks here too. So this is a map on Google of different issues going on in Mexico City right now. Thank you, Graciela, for sending that in. Yes, Brian Margits, we've showed that video a couple times you sent in, but thank you. You know, it's. I'm sure there's a lot going on there, and just really trying to get you more information here. It's an ongoing situation, definitely, from what we can tell, from what we can see. But information a little hard to come by right now. Just doing our best to get it to you. Let me know if you hear anything at Lookner on Twitter. Give me a shout. Very nice. So Metro News Network said we have embedded your video feed via YouTube and put a graphic up above to credit your group. Thank you, Metro News Network, for doing that and for asking us. JC, thank you for the donation, JC. And just so people know, when I say thanks for donations, I'm not saying thank you for just giving us money that we'll spend random ways. The donations, we're a viewer-supported network, so the donations just go to keeping us on the air so we can cover news like this for you. Now, I don't have right now, you know, once in a while I do this where in my other studio, in our other studio, I can just look at the TV, but I get kind of interested because, you know, we want to come on the air and cover this stuff because we think it's really important and there should be coverage. And I'm wondering, are they covering this on all the news networks right now? I'm sort of interested. And because, you know, at least in America, yes, MSNBC is talking about Paul Manafort, so they're not covering it. Fox News is talking about what? Trump, Iran. CNN is talking about, they're in a commercial. But, you know, it's these kind of events. Let me just go back. I need to open up something here. But these kind of events, we think it's really important to cover. It's a huge event, affects so many people, and, you know, we're generally concerned about it here. So we want to cover it for you and give you coverage that maybe you can't find wherever you are. So we like to be on the air for these events live and just bring you live coverage and get you the latest information. So that's what we do this here because we don't feel that's provided in a lot of cases. So we are on the air doing our best to bring you more coverage of this. Hopefully I can get you more information. Satzlock made a donation and said, thank you, RSBN. Thank you, Satzlock. Much appreciated. This is on breaking news update from BNO News. BNO News says the death toll is now at 67. That's according to BNO News. So if you can see it right here, there it is right there. BNO News says death toll rising rapidly. Oh, I can get it up there for you closer. Death toll rising rapidly after powerful earthquake strikes central Mexico. Officials now say at least 67 are dead. This looks to be a very, very destructive earthquake. It hit very close to some areas with that are highly populated, densely populated, and we've seen lots of photos and lots of video of very big buildings collapsing, not like little huts, although those are bad too when those collapse. We've seen pancaked buildings. You know, there'll be several stories, 6, 7 more stories, or, you know, 5, 6 stories. We've seen a lot of buildings like that where they're just, it seems like they've just collapsed, the floors have collapsed on top of each other. And people in those buildings, a lot of them are either trapped, injured, or dead, unfortunately. That's what it looks like. Unfortunately, I would expect this to rise. And this is a really, I think this is a very, well, it's obviously a big deal, but it could be a much more destructive than people initially thought it was. Okay, just checking some of my sources here. Feel free, as I said before, if you have more news, you're being very helpful sending me more updates. If you find them, give me a shout at Lookner on Twitter, at LOOKNER. Luke says, is this possible this is a foreshock earthquake and that there could be an even more major one very soon? I have no idea. I know I'm not an earthquake scientist. But I will say this, you know, it just shows, just 10 days ago there was an 8.1, I believe it was a couple hundred miles away, but it was in Mexico, just off the coast of Mexico. And now there's this one, and apparently there are fault areas there, and so you never know when earthquakes are going to strike. So I don't know, you know, we very well might see aftershocks, but I don't know, you know, could we see a bigger one? You'll have to ask an earthquake scientist, but clearly there's a lot of activity of this sort going on in that area. We've had 2 big ones in the general area in the last 10 days or 11 days. Here is a photo from AFP Mexico of an injured person being taken away on a stretcher. This is a photo of some search and rescue going on from 24 Horas that they posted, a couple of photos. And this is another one of these photos where it looks like that looks like the roof of a building, because you can see what looks like an AC unit on the top. Now, if that's a roof, that building would have just pancaked because it looks like it just came down. The roof is still there. That's what I was talking about, how we've been seeing some of these pancaked buildings. Here's another shot of that. You can actually see the building next door. You can see into one of the rooms. See on the left there, that brick wall is just destroyed, and you can actually see into the inside of the building. Okay, I have a new piece of video to show you from the Reddit live stream. This was posted by Joshua Partlow. And Joshua Partlow says, emergency workers now carrying people out on stretchers while others pass buckets in to carry out rubble from down buildings. And you know, it's so hard that these buildings, when these huge buildings collapsed, they don't have specialized equipment. So you just all have a lot of civilians and authorities, but just using their hands to try to clear out these huge, enormous piles of rubble. Oops, I want to play this. Here we go. We're passing it by hand, as you can see, just passing it by hand, the rubble. Incredible video there. And that looks to just be like citizens who are trying to help. Again, this is Joshua Partlow who posted this. Just citizens trying to help. Give that a like. Now, we saw, and I'll show you a screenshot of this ABC News drone footage. I'm not really sure I can show it, so I'm not going to. But at the same time, we saw a reverse angle, but I want to show you again as an example of the damage you can see. That building right there, like, it's a big building. It's a very big building, and it just, in that middle section, it just looks like it pancaked. And I mean, I just hope there weren't people in that middle section, because just look, it just the floors are crushed on top of each other. So I've seen a number of videos like that and photos like that. Just trying to get you updates right now on what's going on there. Let me try one other thing real quick. Hang on one sec, guys. Just doing a little search here, trying to find something for you. Oops, sorry about that. What do we got here? Oops, sorry. All right, that's not going to help us. I thought that might be something, but it's not. We haven't shown this one in a while. I'll show this one more time. This is a video of a building that was on fire, and I guess it exploded while it was on fire. This one was posted by Mario Cantu. Showed it before, we'll show it one more time. trying to get you some new video and new photos if I can. Here's a tweet from Frank Contreras. He says, many major highways connecting Mexico City to other parts of the country are damaged. And, you know, there might be parts of the country that need help, and you can't really access them now if the highways are damaged. So that's worrisome. This is our continuing live coverage of the 7.1 earthquake which hit Mexico today, about 70 miles southeast of Mexico City. A lot of damage we've been seeing pictures of, a lot of collapsed buildings, supposedly a lot of search and rescue going on. We saw a report from BNO News. I believe they had 67 dead. That was the most recent report. Unfortunately, I believe that's going to rise, that death toll. So we're just trying to bring you the latest news coverage here, letting you know what we hear about. If you hear about updates, photos, videos, new news, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Also, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube so you get, and click the notifications bell so you get notified whenever we come on the air with a breaking news video like this one. Also, feel free to follow us on Facebook as well. And also, you know, if you do, to help let other people know about the coverage, you can share this on Facebook or like it on YouTube. That'll help let other people know that we're covering this. Let's see here. So I got sent a video. Frankie P sent me this video. We'd seen a photo of supposedly a school collapse before, and this supposedly is video of that area. And that is the area because we saw the photo of that school, if that is a school collapse before. So let's see what the video is. It's from Atentos Noticias. Atentos Noticias. I think what happened here is the audio was like accidentally sped up, so that's why the voices are all high. But I'm going through here. That supposedly is where that primary school is collapsed. Okay, we're going to keep covering this live here. I'm going to just take a minute break real quick, and I will come back. So let me just change the lower third. So it says Steve will be back in 2 minutes. I will be back in 2 minutes. I'll leave this up here in the meantime. But I'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go away. We'll be right back with our live coverage of the earthquake. Thank you for your patience. We are back with live coverage. I will just fix the bottom here. Hang on one sec, guys. I need to just fix the bottom. Okay. And okay, so we are covering this earthquake here, doing live coverage of the 7.1 earthquake. Let's show you a map of where that happened. So this was a 7.1 earthquake that happened 70 miles southeast of Mexico City. Happened at 1:45 p.m. today, I believe Mexico City time, that is. And you can see the earthquake, the 8.1 was 10 or 11 days ago, and that was the 8th, so 11 days ago, and that was a little bit further southeast. That's the blue circle there. So that's where today's one, the red dot there. We have seen BNO News reporting 67 dead at this point. That number is expected to rise with all the collapsed buildings we've seen. So we're just trying to get you the latest information here about this earthquake. And if you have news updates, new video we haven't seen, new photos we haven't seen, new news, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. And BNO News is saying death toll rise to 67. Breaking 911 is saying death toll rises to at least 65. But just a little hard to get information about this right now. I'd like to have more to give you, and I'm checking various sources, and hopefully I can get some soon. Here is a post from AFP Mexico. Rescuers display a placard reading "Silence" as they hurry to free possible victims after a quake rattled Mexico City. And I'm guessing that's because they're trying to hear people inside. They want to hear if people are like screaming or crying or shouting for help or even breathing. So it says "Silence." Wow. That's pretty intense, that picture right there. This in from BNO News. At least 3.8 million customers are without power after the earthquake in central Mexico. At least 3.8 million customers. Wow, almost 4 million people without power there. Let's see, I'm going to check another source here and see what I can find for you. Seeing a number of things we've seen already, trying to find you some new footage. What is this? Sean Vonder says, "Hey Steve, just wanted to send 11 prayers to Mexico from LA, California. God bless you all." What is this? Oh, this is a new video here. Frankie P sent me this one. I haven't seen this one before. It's let's see here. A few hours ago, the terremoto in Morelos in Mexico and landslides. So it looks like some road with damage and landslides happening on it. Let's see what this is.
A través de las 4 emisoras de la radio de Morelos, a través de las señales del Instituto Morelense de Radio y Televisión, a través de nuestra plataforma digital.
I think that might be radio broadcast, so I don't want to have that on, but I wanted to show you. There's a bunch of rocks. Anything else there? Okay. Well, we had not seen that before. Another picture from AFP Mexico. People are, oh, I'll just do this, sorry. People are carried onto an ambulance after being pulled out of the rubble. Oh, I think we saw that already, sorry. And please, if you send me a link, just explain a little bit about what the link is. That's awesome. So thank you for sending in stuff. If you have news updates you find, give me a shout on Twitter, @Lookner, @LOOKNER. So we are still on the air here, Right Side Broadcasting. We are covering the earthquake in Mexico. 7.1 hit about 1:45 today. There are a lot of buildings collapsed, and we have a report of 67 dead from BNO News. They reported that, so we're just trying to get you the latest updates here. Information is coming in a little more slowly now than it was before, unfortunately. Just in terms of what we want to get you as much information as we can. So I'm just checking various sources. And it always, when there's like a breaking news story like this, I get bothered when we can't get more information because I want to know what's happening there. And it's just some of my sources, for example, the Reddit live stream, which is always a great source of information. They haven't posted anything new in about 15 minutes. So I will keep looking to see what I can get you. We saw a video of this before. Here's a photo. This is Selva Sagazio posted this photo of a highway in central Mexico. Nope, that's not what we wanted. We wanted this one. Nope, we wanted this one. Eli and Jamie C. made a donation. Thank you. They say this is just another in a series of strong earthquakes moving slowly north. Starting in Australia. I feel like California will be next in about 3 months. I have no idea personally because I know really nothing about the science of earthquakes, but very much appreciate the donation. We'll just use that to continue staying on the air and covering stories like this. I don't know if I'd seen this picture yet. It's from Web My Resume, but I'll show you the picture. We saw a picture, I think, of this building before, but not at this angle. So you can see, what I'm trying to figure out, like a picture like that, is that in the foreground? Is that just, I don't know if we saw this building before actually, but in the foreground, is that like a whole collapsed building there? It's hard to say. It looks like it might be the top of a building. This is a new video that I have not seen yet. This was posted by Sabi Pen. Oh, I'm sorry, this is an NBC News video, so I'll give them credit for it. And it's NBC News says, search and rescue operation underway. So let's just show you that video. Wow. Just look at the size of this building. It's so sad. I mean, the people, that's like 5 or 6 stories high, and the people are just on a big pile of rubble. So, as I said before, I hope people got out of these things, but it's very worrying. You know, that earthquake wasn't going on for that long, and people didn't have that much time to get out of these places. Let's see, what is this? Sorry. Weather.org sent me a tweet that said a news network in, I guess, Mexico is they're saying 77 are dead now. That's what they're saying. So I don't, it's Univision, it looks like, is saying, Univision is saying 77 are dead now. Weather.org sent me that. Thank you for the update, weather.org. If you have any updates, let me know on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. And again, if you send me videos, please just say a little bit about, don't just send me a link, say a little bit what the link is, because I worry about just opening up links. I've had people send me links before which were not about the actual story we were doing and were like trick links. So let me know a little bit about the links you're sending me. Let me check this. Sorry, just checking some different sources here, trying to find some more information. Here is a post from Mexico Red Cross. And it says, Red Cross paramedics continue to work in the rescue of people and care for the wounded after the earthquake. And it says Mexico City. Now let's see what these pictures are. Another huge pile of rubble there, and a lot of civilians helping out, as we've seen all day. Oh, I mean, it's so bad. These piles of rubble are so high. I can't tell if that's like a building, a whole collapse there. It's hard to say what that is. Let me this is a post I'm going to show you, which was sent to me by Natalie, or is it Natalie at Yagi Boom? By the way, thank you so much for the donation. I can't see the name. Today is tomorrow. It says thank you for the wonderful mods and professionalism, RSBN. Thank you. That'll help allow us to cover more news. Appreciate it. So at Yagi Boom sent me this, and it's a post from Business Insider. Oh, so they just, I thought they had the video here. Well, I'm not sure where they get this video from. Let's see. I don't know if I can show you this video, so I'm not going to show it to you. I'm a little iffy on it. So I try to err on the side of caution here with the videos. Oh, here's another new picture which I haven't seen. Another very large, significantly large building collapsed. That's not good. I don't think I've seen this one yet. This is from 24 Horas, and it says, so I thought maybe we have seen this, but I thought we hadn't seen this yet. But if you look at there, I mean, just a big building, just again, pancaked. And the weird thing about this building, I don't know how high it was. This building could have been 5 stories high, and right now it's only 2 stories high. But the ones next to it are all, look like 5 or 6 stories high. Breaking 911 just posted this. We've seen this video before, but we will show it to you again anyway in case you haven't seen it. Breaking 911. Moment a video collapses in Mexico City. No moment a building collapses. That's from Breaking 911. What is this? This says 24 Horas says in the parish of San Bernardino, collapsed entrance portal. Is this a church or something? Let's see. So it looks like that whole concrete part of the portal just collapsed there. Or is it brick? Maybe it's brick. I'm not sure. Oh, and that's, so now you can see the size of these huge pieces of concrete, and hopefully no one was under there, but there's these people with their hands trying to lift these giant blocks of concrete or brick. Give me one sec, guys. I want to check something here. I don't want to do that. Why is that happening? Hang on one sec, guys. Let me try something here. I'm a little limited here in some of the technical things I can do because we're not in our normal studio, so I apologize for that. No, that's not helping us. There we go. That's what I want to do. Now let's see what I can do here. What is this? Yeah, and some people wrote me in about, like, they say, you can go get some stream here and it's like a professional news. It's like a Mexico Station 11 stream or something. And I'm not allowed to show you that, unfortunately. So sorry about that. But I can't show you like a news network stream. I can't just take their stream. So this is new. This is in from Reddit live stream. They say government officials of Puebla. Oops. All right, a couple things. Government officials of Puebla have confirmed an additional 13 deaths, bringing their death toll up to 26 and the total to 80. So the death toll is now at 80 from this earthquake, according to the Reddit live stream. And then also we have this. The number of buildings in Mexico that are collapsed is up to 38. So 38 buildings now collapsed in Mexico City. That keeps rising. We initially heard 20, then we heard 27, then we heard 29. Now we're at 38 buildings collapsed in Mexico City. And unfortunately, who knows, each one of those buildings could contain a lot of people. I hope they don't. But clearly this is, it's just, the information is just coming in on this, because it's not like we know how many buildings have collapsed. That number keeps going up. So there could be a lot more collapsed buildings that we just haven't heard about yet. And this is just Mexico City. Mexico City was 70 miles away from the epicenter. So presumably the damage is even worse toward the epicenter. Now, there might be less populated areas and not as big buildings, but that's a really, if you have 38 buildings collapsed in Mexico City, even so far, presumably there are lots of other buildings collapsed, all that in that whole area around where the epicenter is. So very worrying. We're going to keep covering it for you, trying to get you the latest information about this earthquake, about what's going on there in Mexico. Picture of an injured woman from AFP Mexico there. Just Being Jen just sent me a video, which she says is from the rescue. I can't confirm this. Let me see what the video is. So we'll check out this video. So this is from Just Being Jen, and we'll see. She says it's rescue and moment of silence. So we'll see what this is. Now, I will say, if that is from today, I can't confirm it is, but that is similar in terms of that kind of damage is a kind of damage we have been seeing a bunch today in these videos and photos of just tops of buildings pancaking down on the rest of the building. Oh, and there's somebody saying silent. We've seen pictures like that where people are saying, be quiet so we can hear if there are people crying for help in the building. Thank you, Jen. Just Being Jen. Those are sad scenes there. You know, if that looks like it could very well be from today, and building collapses, lots of citizens, just citizens using their hands to try to dig through these buildings, their hands of all this debris, and just being quiet and listening for possible survivors. So very worrisome scenes coming out of Mexico right now. AFP Mexico posted this picture. It says, people are assisted after being injured during a powerful earthquake. Looks like they're helping this person too. I believe they're trying to keep this person out of the sun. That's from AFP. You're watching Right Side Broadcasting's live coverage of the earthquake that hit Mexico today, the 7.1 earthquake. We now have reports of 38 buildings collapsed in Mexico City alone, and that number could grow higher, and don't know about other areas. But remember, Mexico City was 70 miles away from the epicenter, so very worrying. The latest death toll I saw most recently was 80 people. I'm sure that will rise. And if you hear more about this, we're trying to get you as much information as we can. If you hear more, if you see new videos, photos, get news updates, give me a shout at Lookner on Twitter. At Lookner on Twitter, I can share it with our audience. And also to get notified about these kind of breaking news videos we do at Right Side Broadcasting, click on subscribe to us on YouTube and click on the notifications bell so you get notified whenever we come on the air with a live video. We do them at all hours. whenever news breaks. Also, you can follow us on Facebook at Right Side Broadcasting and on Twitter at RSB Network. Thanks so much to the moderators for helping out and moderating the chat rooms today. Just checking a couple things here, checking a couple different sources. See, have we seen these photos before? Here's some photos we haven't seen. This is from ABC 7 Eyewitness News. I believe this is Chicago. And they have some photos posted, which I hadn't seen all these before, so I'll show them to you. So, I keep saying this, but the size of some of these buildings that, we see numerous shots of people digging through these destroyed buildings that are several stories high. This one looks like it could have been 5 or 6 stories high, if not higher. Damaged streets, we've seen a bunch of that. We saw that photo before, but just a crazy shot there of that building. Another, it looks like a big building collapse there. These piles of rubble are just terrible. Multi-stories high piles of rubble. There's another one. I hadn't seen that one before either. Sorry, you might hear some voices in the background. We are in a studio, a temporary studio today, so we don't have the usual control over the noise that we normally do. Damaged building there. Again, this is from ABC 7, these photos. That's the location. You can see it's near Mexico City to the southeast. These are some more pictures from 24 Horas. Let's see what they're posting now. What am I even looking at? That looks to be a crater. Is that just like a collapsed building on the left with all the people standing around it? Man. Trying to look and see the details of what's going on in that crater there. Not good. Another shot of people trying to dig out a collapsed building. This is 24 Horas who posted this again. Here's one that says, here's a video from 24 Horas, and it says, Galicia street corner Avenue Nino's Heroes rescue a person from the departmental building which collapsed. So this looks like a rescue video of some sort. Let's see if I can make it a little bigger here. I don't know if I can get it. I can do this. Here's what I'll do. Here's some photos I had not seen yet. These are from Noticias MVS MTY. Noticias MVS MTY. Yeah, that one I had not seen before. Oops. Okay. Checking a couple other sources here. Weather.org sent me an update, and it says, I'll show you, 94 dead now according to Univision. I know you can't show this, but wanted to prove they are saying this. Yeah, I can show you a screenshot. I just can't show you their live stream. So actually, I'll show it. Thank you, weather.org. So weather.org says on Univision, they are now reporting 94 dead. That number continues to rise. Maritza Manasian writes, and when we visited Mexico City, we were told that Mexico City was built on a lake and is slowly sinking. Could this be because of the quake? I have no idea. I cannot shed any light on your question whatsoever, Maritza, unfortunately. Just for those who are interested, the Reddit live stream has a current crowdsourced impact map. And you can, I guess, look at this map and see where different buildings were hurt and stuff like that. Let's see here. No, that's not it. That's not, I think that's the wrong link. Maybe they took it, I think maybe they took it down because that was the wrong link. The orange alert for estimated economic losses has now been upgraded to a red alert. Estimated damage costs in dollars is now between 1 to 10 billion. And then we have this report here of 38 buildings collapsed at this point, as far as they know of, in Mexico City. See, it says current crowdsourced impact map, but I don't think they're showing the right map. They're showing that. That's not the impact map, I don't think. It's another photo from AFP Mexico. People removed debris of a building which collapsed. Steve Herman says, official death toll now nearing 100. I think this is a new one. This was sent to me by Cody Stevenson. Supposedly this is from a store during the earthquake. This was posted by Angel Flores. Angel Flores. So let's play this one. I will say we have seen this one, but this is a longer version of it. We actually hadn't seen that first part. I want to go back to that first part just a little more because we hadn't seen that before. You can see it goes on for a while too. It's not like a 10-second earthquake. It goes on for a while. Now, the federal government of Mexico is now saying the earthquake death toll has risen to 79. Univision is reporting a higher death toll than that already. Oh, I guess this is the impact map. So what this map is, this is a map where it shows how strongly people felt the shaking. And what's really interesting here is, well, one interesting thing is that, you know, Mexico was 70 miles from this epicenter, yet a lot of people put yellow and orange, which is in the sort of 5 to 6 on the scale of 1 to 10 range. That's pretty significant shaking. And so if they felt that there, you can imagine closer to the epicenter, you know, which is 70 miles away, there's probably even more intense shaking. And, you know, we don't see any reports. We saw this map before. This is like, you know, people report what they felt. We didn't really see any reports close to the epicenter, and I don't know if that's because maybe people don't have cell phone service there anymore. Maybe it's a remote area. Maybe, you know, hopefully people, you know, didn't get killed there and stuff, and that's why they can't report. But, you know, we're seeing a lot of reports coming in from the Mexico City area, and those are quite significant shaking there. So the death toll is now 100. It has now risen to 100. The death toll has now hit 100 according to BNO News. And unfortunately, I believe that will rise even further. So we heard there was some damage on highways. One of our viewers just wrote me and said, Cody Stevenson sent me this. And this is a tweet from Oscar Contreras. And he says, highway to Mexico City from Cuernavaca, which was severely affected by 7.1 quake after part of a highway collapsed in the area, is closed. So hard to get around a lot of places in Mexico now near the earthquake, because we've seen a lot of highway damage, street damage, that kind of thing. Cheryl McIntyre says, our cell phones / internet are horrible right now and pretty far from the city. Can't send videos right now. I'm thinking Cheryl is in Mexico, but she says that could be another, a big reason why we're not seeing more videos coming out right now is that people's cell phones aren't working. And you know what I have to do? I have to plug something in. So if you give me 1 second, I'm going to disappear for 1 second and come right back. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Let's see what other information we can find you here. So we have this, well, we saw this. Is this a new post? I thought this was, I think we'd already saw this. It says collapsed bridge cuts off highway between Mexico City and Acapulco. But I think we saw a picture of this already. Ooh, I don't know if we did. Is that a different one? So that's a highway between Mexico City and Acapulco. I think we did see that already. It's worrying that, you might have these places that need help and can't get it because no one can get to them. This is a post from 24 Horas, and they say, in Iztapalapa, 5 were reported killed by the collapse of a building in the Hills Star. And supposedly, I guess this is the building that collapsed. And I'm trying to figure out, it sort of looks like that collapsed building might be a similar one to the one behind it, because it looks kind of similar. But the one behind it, look how many stories it is. It's like 7 stories higher, 8 stories higher or something, if not taller. And this one's only all the way down to the ground. So if you have these 8 or 9 story building collapses in apartment buildings, people were all in there, there could be just a lot of people hurt and dead in these buildings, unfortunately. Now, Frankie P sent me this video and he says it's an early warning alarm, 15 seconds. So it says early seismic warning, seismic works. The earthquake in Mexico demonstrates it 15 seconds before. Yeah, so I think this is supposed to be a video which shows the alarm going off 15 seconds before the earthquake. Let's check it out. Sorry. So let me show you. Basically, 15 seconds in, the alarm's going off. Supposedly, this, if the caption is correct, this is an early warning system about earthquakes. But 15 seconds in, you see like the poles start to shake and stuff. So I'm going to start at about 12 seconds in. So wait 3 seconds after this, and you'll see things start shaking. Wow, and all the people run out. Wow. BNO News is now reporting, not good news, at least 30 people killed in Mexico City, the governor says, raising the quake's death toll to 107. At least 30 people killed in Mexico City, raising the quake's death toll to at least 107. We keep seeing these numbers going higher. It's not good news. And Associated Press is reporting this. Now they're saying 94. BNO News is saying 107. But Mexico City government is now saying 30 are dead in Mexico City. And I'm guessing that number will go up, unfortunately. You're watching our continuing live coverage of the earthquake in Mexico today. This is Right Side Broadcasting. If you have updates, videos, photos, new news, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner, and I can share it with our audience. Also, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell so you get notified whenever we come on the air with a breaking news video like this. Also, we are on Twitter at RSB Network, and I am on Twitter again at Lookner, and I post breaking news stuff a lot. And you can follow us on Facebook at Right Side Broadcasting. Thank you again to the moderators for moderating the chats today. And we're really just trying to get you as much information as we can, as fast as we can, about what's going on in Mexico right now. Start looking at some different things here. Oh, I have not seen this video yet. It's from Webcams de Mexico. This is a collapsed building where people are looking for people in the rubble, and it's from Imogen Vial. Also here, look at, now this is a lot of rescue workers. Everybody with that yellow on is a rescue worker there, so a lot there. To repeat, these buildings, look at how high up the rescue workers have to go to get to the top of the rubble. And that is it looks like a pancaked building. So very worrisome, you know, if these buildings were apartment buildings or offices, which they could have been either, and had people in them during the day, and they just collapse like that, it's not good. I have not seen this one yet. Also, I'm going to show you another one I haven't seen. This is from also Webcams de Mexico posted this, and it's from Noticieros Televisa. Noticieros Televisa. Let me actually go back here and show you it here so you can see it. But the size of this building that's collapsed, once again, a giant building collapsed. Oops, let me show you here. I'm just crazy. I mean, just seeing these people, they don't have equipment. They're just trying with their bare hands. Look at the size of that building to just clear away some of that debris, which is like an almost impossible task.
La parte
Cheryl McIntyre says she's in Puerto Vallarta. Thanks for sending that video. Yeah, we already showed that a couple times. Thank you, Cheryl. Just trying to get you more information here about this earthquake and what's going on in Mexico. I mean, we know there's a lot of search and rescue going on. Sorry, just looking at different sources here. Seeing a lot of like stuff we've already seen before, just trying to see if we can get anything new. Here's another picture, a picture we haven't seen from AFP Mexico. A rescuer looks for possible victims at a partially collapsed house. Death toll has now risen to 119. Haaretz.com says at least 119 confirmed dead in Mexico's earthquake. Oops. So guys, I think at this point, we're gonna at least take a break from coverage. You know, really bad situation in Mexico. We've had the 7.1 earthquake, a lot of big buildings collapse that we've seen. The death toll is rising. It's now, I guess, at do we just say 119 from Haaretz? I'm sure it'll keep going up. And also the number of buildings that are reported collapsed are going up. We haven't even heard a lot from a lot of these areas, the more remote areas. We heard a lot from Mexico City, but remember that was 70 miles from the epicenter. So, but at this point, the information is coming in kind of slowly. So, so I think we're gonna end this stream now, and we might come on back on the air and do more update later tonight. We might actually also do a hurricane update later tonight. So I'm not sure. I kind of have to go and see what's happening with everything. But to know when we're coming back on the air, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. We come on with these breaking news videos all the time. So subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell when you subscribe. That way you'll get a notification whenever we come on the air with a video. Hopefully you'll get a notification. You should. That's the way the system's supposed to work. Also, we're on Twitter at RSB Network. You can follow us there. And even when I'm not on the air, I will be posting updates about this on my Twitter. I post about breaking news a lot. So you can follow me at Lookner for breaking news updates, at LOOKNER. Also, we're on YouTube at Right Side Broadcasting. Thanks to the moderators so much for moderating, doing your usual excellent job in the chat rooms. Thank you so much to everybody who's been sending news stories in, photos, videos, helping us cover this. Really appreciate your help, and thank you to people for donating. Normally we ask for donations during our broadcast because we have to, because we're viewer supported, so we can't stay on the air without donations. When we cover a story like this, we really don't ask for donations. But if you do decide you'd like to donate, and the donations really, they just keep us on the air. So if you do just decide in the future you'd like to support the network so that we can stay on and do more coverage like this of news events, the two ways you can do that are, one, you can always go to a YouTube chat next to the broadcast and click on the $ at the bottom of the YouTube chat. And there's a little $ you can there at the bottom of the YouTube chat you can donate with, or you can always go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. And again, we just use those donations to stay on the air because we are a viewer supported network. So those of you who donated so far have allowed us to be on the air today and cover this. We think it's important to be alive covering events like this. That's why we came on the air, and we've been on the air today. So and of course, we'd encourage anybody who wants to go donate to their Mexico charity that's going to affect the people out there of their choice. So definitely our thoughts, our prayers and sympathy are with everybody in Mexico. This is 2 powerful earthquakes in 10 days there, in 11 days. It's very sad and to see these pictures, and I very much worry that we're going to see the death toll rise and the injury toll rise, seeing some of these pictures we're seeing. So, but we might come on later tonight with another update about this. We'll see what's going on. Maybe we'll do a hurricane thing. Very well might be doing hurricane coverage of the hurricane hitting Puerto Rico if it continues on its path. So we always come on the air with breaking news and just continually covering breaking news. So if you want to, again, if you want to know about our breaking news videos, subscribe to us on YouTube, and that way you can get and click the notifications bell, and that way you can get notified when we're coming on the air. So we are right now going to wrap up this stream for the moment, and let me just do a quick check here and see. Yeah, so that's the latest we can really give you right now. Hopefully we'll have more in the coming hours, and so keep an eye out for us. We'll do videos when breaking news happens. We will bring you videos and bring you the latest. But for now, I am Steve Lookner. Thank you all for watching, and this has been Right Side Broadcasting, and we will be back soon, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, whenever breaking news warrants. And but for now, thank you for watching. Thank you for helping us cover this. And our thoughts are with everybody in Mexico, and we're thinking about them. And just really sad, a lot of the pictures we're seeing. And I hope that the casualty toll doesn't go that much higher, and we don't get a lot of more bad news in the hours to come. Hopefully we don't, but we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, so for now, everybody have a good evening. And from Right Side Broadcasting, we will see you soon the next time we're on the air covering news, which should be very soon. All right, have a good evening, everyone.